What's up, boys? Real quick before we get started, I just put a bike inspired sticker pack on the website, and I'm going to try something new. For every 20 packs, I'm going to throw in a random axle set. Pink V1 Muse. These also come with all the front axles, like the full set comes with everything. I just pulled them out to show the colors. Pink, bright red, purple, black V2, and then bright red V2. This is not the red ones that I just sold. This was sent as a sample for the red ones that I got, and it was too bright for what I wanted. So only 2 of these exist, 2 sets of these. So for every 20 of the sticker packs sold, I'm just going to randomly toss in one of these sets of axles. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
24yep.com.
Please subscribe.
What's up, boys? Project 120. 120 millimeter wheelbase. The Shorty Showdown. Please allow me to give a quick explanation of what's going on here. A couple weeks on Instagram, Punch Monkey put out an open invitation, a little build off with a specific set of rules based around 120 millimeter max wheelbase. This is extremely small. The Shorty that I recently built and filmed, I think was 125. I'm pretty sure it was 125. So even shorter than that. The rest of the rules, 120 millimeter max wheelbase, which I just talked about, 120 millimeter max track width, measured from the outer edge of tires, so the width of it, 10-degree max skid angle, so a pretty tame skid angle, brushed motors only. I was not into this at first, but the more I think about this, somebody surely has a good smooth setup, and I'm excited to see what that is. Single servo, single motor, single ESC, 60 millimeter max tire size, and as far as the body goes, no body limitations, but there has to be some sort of roof. So it can be like a hard body, a buggy style, 3D printed, as long as it has some type of roof on it. And stock axles only, but they can be modified. This was the entire rule list. I don't expect to enforce it strictly. This is just for fun. After posting this competition and the rules, we ended up with 12 people that built trucks and sent them to me. I have all 12 right now, including some creators. We got Venge RC, Acres, which I actually like a lot. I think it makes me more into buying stuff from the company whenever I see them doing stuff like this. It's just neat to see, and it's also cool to see that they can actually build stuff based on their platform. Anyways, in this video, we're gonna get a close look at all 12 trucks sent in. We're going to quickly test all 12 trucks. I wanna plug every truck in, make sure, some of them I have to bind to my remote, so I wanna make sure every truck moves, every truck works, and just do like one simple line, maybe 2 simple lines, just to kind of see how smooth the truck is, what to expect, and to make sure everything works. Also, for this competition, I don't really have plans yet for anything. I'm just going with the flow. So if you guys want to pick best in show from this video, leave it in the comments. Which one is your favorite? Which one looks the coolest? I think that's all I needed to say. Yeah, let's go take a look at them. Okay. This is my 3rd attempt to film this, and I'm realizing I need to keep it short and sweet because we have a lot of trucks. I'm going to go around, show each truck, the builder, and instead of doing like a full build breakdown, I'm just going to talk about some things that quickly stand out to me, or just some cool features that I think the truck has. If you guys want like a full in-depth build breakdown, I have the Instagram of everybody on here, and they've posted like all the information about their truck, if you care about like every little detail on it. So up first, Punch Monkey. This is the guy that started all of this. Titanium chassis and links made by him, wheels made by him. We have a little limiting band on the front and the rear. Battery on axle mount made by him. You can see the rear wheel has some weight hangers, the front one has some beefier ones. And I think after I show each one of these, we will quickly weigh it and then just give it a super quick drive test to see what to expect. So I think for the one line test, I'm just going to drive up and over this. And this isn't meant to be like a performance test of the truck. I just want to make sure they all turn on, they all move, and see how smooth they are. I think definitely some of the trucks are not going to be able to get up and over this, and that's okay. This one has no battery installed. Up next, Dr. Crawl. This has the Texoma Rattler wheels, so the wheels have little BBs in them. Very unique custom chassis, kind of has like the Bug look, obviously. Can't really see the motor in this one too well. This is the purple Endura brush motor. Same motor that Punch Monkey was running. And this is our miracle truck. This one got lost in the mail for about 2 weeks and it finally showed up. Up next, Vader's Custom. 3D printed chassis, assortment of random links, 3D printed upper links, and then just an assortment of whatever on the lowers. I think this is our only truck using no springs and no limiting bands. So it's just completely loose. I'm a bit worried about the rear shock angle. It's kind of at like a back facing angle, but it might not be bad. Again, purple Endura motor, just like the previous two. And actually, I didn't even realize this, but it's also using the same tires. Endura XHX pins that the last two trucks were. Up next, Acres Engineering. Has a unique shock mount situation going on. You can see the neon lower piece down here like pushes the back of the shock outwards, and then the tops are mounted kind of sideways and inwards. Acres chassis, Acres links. The rear links here he added some crazy bends to, and then the Acres skid here, he has the links like tight up against each other where they would attach to the skid at. Bunch of brass on the front axle. Battery sits up and towards the back, and it's a PN90 motor. Stock shocks on the front with the middle limiting band, and then just normal shocks on the rear. Venge RC. Lots of wild stuff going on with this one. Venge chassis, specifically built for this challenge. Venge wheels, and the wheels are a bit of a trick. If you look on the inside, it's a normal 1.0 wheel, And then he made like a little hub that attaches to this outer face and goes over the wheel. So these are actually 1.0 wheels with just a bigger face on them. Some interesting stuff going on with the front here. You can see the front shock mount locations, and the battery sits right in here. Also have some interesting link stuff going on here. You can see the front links, and they're shaped like that to, I guess, kind of fit his tire in that pocket. And here's the rear situation. He made little shock mount angled things for the bottom, and obviously they angle very inwards going towards the top. Keep in mind this one's with no battery installed on the front axle. Trailbound 51, extremely good builder. As you can see, this is the Robski Fab 3D printed K truck, or at least some of it. This is all custom stuff that he built. Custom chassis. He's using Tusk tires, and he trimmed the corners of them to make the tread like more rounded. Limiting band on the front middle, and it looks like each shock on the rear has a rubber band. Unsure what this motor is. It might not even have a brand. He just has it listed as a 50 turn motor hooked up to a FureTech Lizard Pro, so I'm not sure what the actual motor brand is. Straight links in the front, some big bends in the rear with the outboard upper rear links. Super cool looking. This one is with no battery installed. We got a lot going on with this one. This is the height 3D printed cab part, and I think all this back stuff is custom. That wasn't part of the original height cab only. Trailer has working suspension. This is 3D printed. And this opens up, this top piece slides off. He has a battery in here. And this one's hiding a little bit of a secret. Pop the body off. Line Slayer mode. Well, maybe not completely, but it's a little buggy chassis hiding under this body. I think this is extremely well done. I've tried this a few times, having like a buggy style hiding under an actual body with little magnets, and this is hard to get it to look good. And he has achieved that. As far as the actual build, not too much crazy stuff going on. Emax servo, stock shocks, front and rear, assortment of links, stock front links, some brass on the front, battery lays underneath of this piece in the front. What's the motor in this one? Holmes Hobbies 55T. This thing's making all kinds of noises. Next up, Tank Commander RC. I met this guy in California. He is tall and has a mustache. Got the little Lego guy driving. He also said this was his first attempt at like a patina style paint, or like a worn down style paint. And I think it's well done. It looks good. The battery just hanging there. We have a little supply box that magnets open. We have we have our spare pair of pants in here, as well as some other supplies. That's good. Ramp crab servo, big double barrel shocks on the front and the rear. Interesting choice here with brass links on the rear. I'm assuming he just used whatever he had. Bunch of brass stuff on the front axle. And this is the big one-piece OGRC brass skid plate plus slider thing. Enduro brushed ESC, and the motor is the red Little Guy Racing brushed motor. I think the hot glue on this came a bit loose. Yep, it did. Okay. I'm thinking this one's getting the heaviest award, 550. Next up, Big Dumb Hobbies. This is a New Bright body. Right there's the brand, New Bright. Carnage chassis. This is a Mofo Torque Beast motor. Enduro ESC that he pulled the case off of, so it's just like a tiny little board now. Battery sits up front. This is the PTK servo that I've been recommending to everybody. Very cheap on Amazon, and it works well. His rear links are threaded rod, and then he used antenna tubing. So this is actually pretty slick, and it looks cool. Some brass on the front axle. Fox1 Rocks RC. This is Derek Williams, the guy that designed the Hard Park transmission. And this guy also has a bunch of free 3D printed files online. This is the Proline bug body with 1 of 1 wheels. This is the only set that exists, made by Albin Designs. Made specifically for this build, actually. Custom Hard Park chassis, custom links, bunch of 3-flow 9 stuff. 3-flow 9 slider, 3-flow 9 roller steering thing, 3-flow 9 front diff cover plus slider thing, and 3-flow 9 servo. And then this is using the Hard Park transmission that he designed. Stock front shocks with no springs, and I just realized I think our rear limiting strap broke. I'm assuming this band wrapped down and around these links. I'll see if I can replicate that with one of mine. But the rear shocks are Enduro shocks with no springs. Duke's RC Garage. This thing looks like it's been through a war and back. Let's see if I can get the bug. Oh yeah, there we go. Coupe RC chassis. Enduro purple motor. Big Next shocks. Some huge Next Racing shocks on the rear. Well, they actually feel pretty good. They might be they might be a bit long, but they're nice and smooth feeling. And then the same shocks on the rear, just shorter ones, same brand. Mofo servo, J-Concept Tusk tires. Last but not least, the legend, No Image 919. If you've never seen this guy on Instagram, or if you've never heard of this guy before, he makes the most creative DIY builds. I'm not even going to attempt to talk about what's going on here. I'm just going to point out a couple things. He has styrene cut for weight hangers, and there's little chunks of tungsten, I'm assuming, glued onto them. You can kind of see the little cubes through the wheel. Same thing for the front. He has low blow hard park knuckles with tungsten cubes glued to them. These are Punch Monkey wheels with no inserts. Louise brand tires, first time ever trying these. No foam, no nothing. He has this band going from the rear axle, which, speaking of the rear axle, he's got the big shark fin here for the rear upper links that he made. And it looks like he colored it with a Sharpie to blend it in. Good. Can I show the shock? The shock is mounted to the link, and I don't even know what the link's made out of. The link looks like it's a couple different things glued together. Anyways, this band runs to servo, and it looks like he's drilled a screw right into the back of the servo to hold the band. Little styrene shock relocation things on the front. I think that's the Deluxe Fab transmission. Probably modified a bit to fit this motor. And then check this out. The receiver, I don't know if it's going to be easy to show this. He doesn't even have plugs. He just soldered like the servo wire. He just pulled the plug off and soldered the wires directly to the receiver. It's hard to see, but you can kind of see the mess like right underneath my finger going on in there. This thing is wild. If we're doing a most creative award, I think this guy gets it. Also, the chassis is made out of styrene. Speaking of the chassis, every time I look at this thing, I keep seeing more and more little things. Check this out. He has a little metal bar stuck into the chassis and bent down around the battery as like a little battery holder. So cool. Dude, that total weight, 260. Lightest truck I've had yet. Alright, if you guys want to vote on your favorite, best looking one, best in show, leave it in the comments. Punch Monkey, No Image, Dukes, Fox1 Rocks, Big Dumb Dad, Dr. Crawl, Vader, Acres, Tank Commander, Trailbound, ZK Summers, Venge RC. I forgot to end the video, and now that I'm doing this, I don't really know how to end the video. I guess in the comments, Leave your favorite truck. Which one do you think looks the coolest? Maybe which one do you think is going to be the most capable? And thank you to everybody that sent these in. Thank you guys for watching. Next video that you see these trucks, I'm going to attempt to take them all into the woods. I think I'm going to pick out like maybe 3 or 4 lines, obviously the Drunken Frog, and maybe 3 or 4 other ones, and test them that way. I'm still a bit unsure on how I'm going to test them in the woods, but that's the plan. Alright boys, thanks for watching.